Get in these arms.
Nice to see you.
I'm going to put you right on this.
Okay, great.
I'm going to direct you.
So we go way back, you know.
We,
Yeah, moderating panels for us, and always been.
I do remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, even before I was around, you've been part of the Star Wars world.
I know, but you really. I mean, I feel like I'll start crying if I talk too much about it, but I credit you with a lot of
You've
my.
always been the best. Always ask great questions, and you also know what the fans want because you are one. And no, it's always nice to have that to be invited into the world. You know, you had a really good thing going already with the Star Wars and with Dave Filoni. So, no, thanks for all the support and everything we're able to enjoy now. A lot of it was thanks to your support and introducing us to the world. Yeah.
I can't.
Being a Mandalorian's not just learning about how to fight. You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy.
So, last season, where we left off, well, actually in Book of Boba Fett, Grogu elects not to train with Luke. I'm curious because it's kind of like some people train when they're older. Grogu's 50. How does this affect him that now that he's not actively training? How will it affect his force powers?
Well, you know, Luke also left his teacher to be with his friends and help out in something bigger. So I think we've learned from Star Wars and what George Lucas established that if you have a certain foundation, just like martial arts or a lot of other skills, you could continue to train on your own or maybe seek out other teachers. But he's also going to get together with Din Djarin, with the Mandalorian, and there's a lot he has to learn from that world too, different lessons, the lessons of being a Mandalorian. So it'll be interesting to see how that combination of mentors affects the way he develops as a character.
John, if you put a little Mando helmet on him, I will lose my damn mind. If you do that. Okay, so a thing came out today where people were like, wow, more time has gone through in this show than I think we expected. So we meet Grogu, he's 50-ish. Yeah. Do you know how old he is now at the start of this season?
We talk about it. I hate to put a number on it because I'm sure when we get back to Dave's office and look on the whiteboard and start working out all the math, because now the math has to cross over with other shows too, with Ahsoka and Skeleton Crew. We have to work it all out and figure out how it fits in the larger context. But basically, assume it's close to real time for the time we've spent with them on the show. And now we've spent 2 years apart from these two characters. And they've been separated for quite some time. And then they got together, as you point out, a few episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, we checked in. And now we're meeting them, and there's been some progression. But there are a lot of unresolved issues, especially for the Mandalorian, as he has taken his helmet off and no longer is considered part of that faction that he was a part of.
God, I have a theory, but I'm not going to say it out loud because I always get myself in trouble. I keep hearing the word culmination, and you guys obviously have all of these shows coming. What can you what can you tease about that? Are you leading to something? You obviously started the MCU, so what are you building towards?
Well, things certainly will culminate this season because there's a lot of characters that we've set up, and a lot of them are coming together again. There are bigger things happening in the galaxy as well. We have the resurgent Empire, and we have the Mandalorians who are scattered, and there's lots of different factions that are all over the galaxy. And but by the same token, we're enjoying leaning into what inspired George Lucas originally, which was like the Flash Gordon serialized science fiction stories. So while we're resolving characters and storylines and things change and adjust, we want to keep the story going, and we know that we have a certain amount of time in Star Wars story, that we have a lot of freedom, and there's also things that we want to play with and set up that are reflecting what has existed before what we're doing here.
I remember when I interviewed you for season 1, you were like, I'm already thinking of season 2. Season 2, you were like, I'm already thinking of season 3. You said you've already written season 4. How much further do you think the Mandalorian story is going to go?
I don't know, a lot of it's up to the audience, to be honest with you. There's plenty of room for development for these characters, and we've established a really interesting dynamic and room for growth. There's a lot of things happening outside of these characters that will affect things. And there are characters that are on the horizon that are going to take the stage.
Sabine.
There's other characters
and other ones we don't know about.
There's a lot of and we're constantly thinking about where this can go and how this can play out and how all these pieces can fit together. So it's like a big puzzle. But at the end of the day, it's about people and about relationships and about training and growth, and that's what that's the template that George laid out, and we try to aspire to those same principles.
This is awesome. Thank you so much, John.
Always
so
pleasure
good.
to talk
Always
to you.
a pleasure. So good to see you.
Thanks for being a part of it.